Appointment 3352 423.
The Grenville Corporate Union, the credit union of Grenville, takes you where you want to be. Feel secure with the credit union of Grenville, taking care of all your financial needs, including savings, loans, mortgages, and sound financial advice. Serving you. Branches on Jubilee Street in Grenville, Lucas Street in St. George's, and coming soon, our Grandand sub-office. Call us on 442-8602 or visit one of our offices. Grenville Cooperative Credit Union, your financial security is guaranteed.
This is funny. Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the most reliable fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, it only gets better. Terms and conditions apply.
It's a hungry world out there, with everybody scrambling to get a share. And there's no telling what they'll do. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go, when you walk, what you say when you're talking. Gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful. I say we have to prepare to meet the challenges of life without fear. Greed and jealousy, hatred and envy, man, you have to move with care in that jungle out there. You got to be careful. You got to be careful.
Now, I did go out and come in, as I say, and someone just said to me that they're hearing better now. So let me know if everyone is on the same level with it right now, because we were having a bit of a problem earlier. So keep fingers crossed that it's rectified. I guess I got a message from her. She's on her way to where she needs to be, and she'll be calling me shortly. So let's see. At 8 o'clock, it is 10 minutes from now, we should be talking to my guest this morning. It is Mental Health Tuesday. The topic today is a bit, how should I put it? It's deep, but I need you to call. When we have those topics, I'm not sure if you can call while I have her on the phone, but you need to call when you hear topics like that so that we all can make a difference in what it is that's going on here with us in our lives. in the lives of the people that we love, even those that are not connected to us in any way or form. We need to keep on top of what is going on. So, I think, Cynthia Bartholomew, good morning. If you're hearing me here, just send me a message saying, yes, I am hearing you, because we had a problem earlier on this morning with YouTube, as the other guest was saying. So anyone that is hearing now, let me know, because you were telling me when you weren't hearing. So I need to know if you're hearing anything now so that we can mosey along. As I said, it is a kite season. So let's see what the kids are doing out there. They have all kinds of kites outside there, and they're morning, noon, and night. But please stay away from the power lines so that we would not have any problems. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you for saying that you're hearing us loud and clear. That is wonderful news for me, so that means everybody is okay. Thank you, Lorna, for letting me know that you're hearing loud and clear also. So that means we are back up and running. So in a few minutes, I'll be making a call to speak to my next guest. So stay tuned for that.
Trying to survive, that is how it is today. So as you go along your way, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Where you go when you're walking. What you say when you're talking. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, careful.
Thank you, Ms. Matheson. Thank you, Mr. Frederick. Thank you, everyone, for telling me that we are hearing loud and clear now. I am smiling. I mean, you're hearing loud and clear. That's me, but no pun intended here. But thank you so much. We aim to please here. And if you're on the program and you can't hear what we have to say, then it doesn't make any what while listening to us, because you can't hear a thing. But once you're hearing, that means you can participate in whatever we are saying. You can give your feedback, and we all are going to be in happy land. Thank you, guys. Pearl, Miss Matheson, Cynthia, for listening, Lorna, Miss Matheson. Thank you so much, everyone, for telling me that you're hearing us. So we are back on the ball.
Ozone really gets it clean. Get both a line of products. Ozone perfect for your semi or fully automatic washing machines, yet suitable for your hand wash, soft on your hands. Ozone Disinfectant Cleaner. It's the most powerful disinfectant and cleaner with a long-lasting fresh scent. Tackles every job around the house or office. Ozone detergent powder and ultra soft fabric softener gets your clothes clean with a natural freshness, keeps your colors bright. Choose from the wonderful scents: soft flower, ocean breeze, and the new aloe vera. Keep your kitchen sparkling clean with the Ozone dishwashing liquid, Ozone sponges and cleaning cloth. Ozone toilet bowl cleaner removes lime scale and kills germs while giving your toilet a refreshing scent. Ozone really gets it clean. Marketed and distributed by Calico, Frequente St. George's, and are available at shops and supermarkets nationwide.
Now more than ever, Flow is working hard to keep you connected to the things that matter most. Your family, your work, and your favorite entertainment. We're also doing Flow Study free of charge, so students can stay connected and up to date with their schoolwork. And because your safety is our highest priority, you can manage your account from the safety of your own home through the MyFlow app. We are here for you, keeping you connected.
Boy, yo, they gonna fly with kite now. The wind picking up.
I'm coming. Karim, what you doing?
Fly my kite.
Yeah, but not here. You can't fly kite near power lines, boy.
Why not? The wind good.
Because mommy say kite threads conduct electricity.
Yeah, kite. He's right. If your kite gets stuck in power lines, it can cause power outages, or even worse, you can get shocked.
Come, they're gonna fly them in the pasture.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Gwen,
M&M Hardware Limited, Hope St. Andrew and Dusty Highway, St. George. Shop conveniently for all your building materials, including plumbing, electrical, lumber, cement, steel, and much more. We manufacture roofing sheets available in 11 colors, aluminum windows, doors, insect screens, and hurricane shutters. Installation services are available for all our manufactured products. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. M&N Hardware Limited. Come on in and experience our affordable prices, or call us 444-6757 or 440-6757 Dusty Highway. Email us at info@mahonhardware.com or mnmdusty@mahonhardware.com. M&N Hardware, foundation to roof. Let's build together.
Do you know when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, our supports culture and nation building Nick?
And a former West Indies cricketer. The games of the NLA and overseas the Caribbean game and the regional cricket. Additionally, they made it possible for you, the public, to view local and international tournaments from the comfort of your homes. For those reasons, I play the game of the NFL.
G&D Promotions presents a garden party to remember. One Shaney Lane will never be the same as G&D Promotions. The garden, a lifetime. Music, food, top shelf drinks, and Monday, you don't want. Before they're sold out. Give Gota Fed and Kittens Grandad your ticket and the other tickets. Being
30 home internet. All on mobile network on iOS.
Item visit Zizi. It's to eat up more and spend less.
live with something that I've learned.
That's true. I am going to go back to that question. He says, you speak about not feeling good enough and having imposture. When you were having those sort of feelings, did you write it down? About not feeling good?
Yes, writing was one of the things that helped me and continues to help me. Although I don't do it religiously as I did in the past, journaling per se, putting out how I felt about myself, putting how I felt about my whole being. Because one of the things that happens when you're sexually abused, you feel you're not good enough, you feel worthless, you feel alone, you feel used, you feel abused, you feel no one understands, you feel it's you alone. And so you just feel like better you don't exist, So with all those things going on in my head, it was easy to develop negative self-images about myself and literally hating myself, And when you reach that point, it's sad. But I've learned, as I continue to learn from speaking with people, after them reading my book, they are like, thank you, because I have experienced that myself. You don't have to be sexually abused to feel worthless. You don't have, sometimes the way people treat you, or the way you were treated when you were growing up. You were told you were stupid. You were told all sort of things. So those things are in your brain. So that makes you feel worthless. You never feel that you're worthy enough to attain or to good things around you. So in essence, those things affect us. And one of the things that help is therapy. With this therapy, have been able to talk to a trained therapist, or someone who understands and helps you to unload all of this heavy stuff so you can live your life to the full. Because the whole idea is one life we have to live, and the best thing is to live it to the full.
That's true.
And you have to live it to the full. You have to. It's best to be light,
Yes. You spoke about being diagnosed with a mental disorder and you call it bipolar. Now, explain how you feel, what bipolar is really.
Well, in the past it was called manic depressive. It's two ends of the spectrum. You can be very depressed, and then you can be very manic. You're depressed. Many people understand depression. Maybe you don't want to go outside. You don't want to talk to anybody. Sometimes some people don't shower. Some people don't eat. Some people eat too much. And then the manic is that maybe you feel you could take over the world. Maybe you might think that you own all the land in Grenada. You think that you're God. You think all these different things.
Because go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, because I've seen, and I've been around people that you just explained the how they go ahead, like they feel like could take on the world one day. I've seen some in the happy mode too. Today they are depressed, like, well, not only today, this moment they are like, oh, I want to take myself out. The next moment there's and the next moment it's like they're gone mental. So that's why I ask you to explain what bipolar is to you, because I think people go through different parts, different kinds of that syndrome.
So there are different kinds. So there's bipolar 1, there's bipolar 2, there's one called cyclo, where you're cycling back and forth, like what you just expressed. 1 minute they're up, the next minute they're down. So that whomever you know about, and you should seek help. You should be just diagnosed, because if you want to commit suicide, want to do something like that, it's necessary that you get the help that you need. And many people are afraid because of the stigma attached to mental illness. Well, I honestly, I don't care what you think of me. is once I'm getting help to live my life to the full, and that's the end of the story.
I have to say kudos to you that because, as you said, the stigma. People are afraid to ask for help. So the next me, what would you like someone to take away from Still Smiling? Because of all that you said here, you've been through a real tough time. What is it that you'd like us to take away from that book, Still Smiling?
Well, if anyone chooses to support me and purchase Still Smiling is on Amazon, um, the Kindle version is $8.99, and you can purchase the copy, the book itself, and it could be shipped to you. It's $11.99. What I can say to you is that um, don't give up. And as much as it's tough sometimes to be positive, because I'm be honest with you right now, I had to deal with with not feeling very positive. I mean, and that's a normal thing. But the fact of the matter is, you have to push yourself. You have to input positive things into your life, and don't give up. Do not give up. No matter what is happening around you, no matter what anybody's saying about you, what you're going through. God, God help that you find someone who you can lean on, because I must say thanks to my friend, my best friend, whom I had from since I was a little school. She was there for me. I was in the US, she was in Grenada, and she was there on the phone with me seconds. And so someone I could really lean on, and I could call, just talk or cry. I have to say, don't give up. Pray that, God would put the right people in your path. I also want to thank my daughter, um, who gave me extra push to want to be strong and to want to make it. So in the book, you would see that I used everything in my surrounding, in my life, to help push me to not give up.
Here, you spoke about your mom and the relationship that was strained. And it is, when we think about moms, we are the nurturing kind. We're the ones that are supposed to always be there for our children. You're a mom now, and I'm sort of having a hard time saying that we have strained relationships with our mom. How does that come about though, when we're supposed to be the loving ones you want to take care of our children?
Remember that, in understanding my mom, I had to come to the point that she is a human being herself, right? Besides being a mom, first and foremost, she's a human being. And with that human being comes it came with her own experiences. So the way she was brought up, the cultural experience around her, even things that happened to her. So if we food our own negatives, we pass it on to our children, right? So what I've come to understand is that my mother was a human being with experiences um, that formed who she was, and in the culture that she was brought up. So as a result, for the person I needed a different kind of mom, but she couldn't give me that which I wanted. And I don't hate her for it. I don't blame her for it. She was just giving me what she had. She only gave me what she had. So I can't hold it against her. So I came to that understanding, and that because she wasn't an evil person. It's just that we had a strange relationship. She didn't understand me. I didn't understand her. But the fact of the matter is, she's a human being who's had experiences, whose life's experiences affected how she parented. And we all as parents, we're human beings first, and our experiences color the way we, unless we are so aware and so evolved that we're not going to repeat or make mistakes that could really endanger or hurt our children. You know.
Yes, yes. I am. You spoke about people talking and talking and talking, and I'm all for saying what it is that we have inside it to bring it out. I know you talk about therapy.
Mm-hmm.
How can you reach? What can you say to reach
Mm-hmm.
men, women, and children, all of us who are going through tough times and we are not speaking about it? What can you tell us that can really switch something on in our brain to say, I had enough of this. I am not dealing with this on my own. I need help. Tell me how you can do that, or what way we can reach someone that.
The truth is, for me, what I see it as, you can't force anybody to do anything. I mean, let's use the example, you're in a relationship, you can't force the man to do what you want him to do. He's going to do what he wants to do. So it all comes back to you coming to realize that, hey, this situation is really dragging me down. It's really killing me. I need to get out. I need help. So you have to speak up. And the best people to reach out to are therapists, psychologists. I know a few here in Grenada, people to talk to about your situation. Because sometimes you talk to friends and they don't understand and they might make it worse. You might, one, you might tell a friend, hey, you might tell you take a drink and they go forget that. When in essence, adding alcohol to the mix could make things worse. You know? So find a therapist. There are therapists in Grenada. Um, I know of Robert Phillip. I know of Shauna Coffey. I know of some other people, but those who come to my mind, they're the top of my mind. These are two people. There's a male, Mr. Robert Phillip. There's a female, Shauna Thomas Coffey. Those are two you can work with, and there are others. There are several other people. Unlike when I was a younger person in the 90s, I didn't know anybody who was a psychologist. Well, actually, I did. And he turned out to be a weirdo. But the fact of the matter is, that's a story I write about in my book. But the fact of the matter is, I wanted help, and I found out that he was a therapist, he was a psychologist, and he saw it as an opportunity to take advantage of me. Um, but I was wise enough to stay far. I was old enough. I was like my late teens, you know. So there are people who would do that, who could do that. But I mean, the fact of the matter is, the two persons that I named are reputable,
Okay.
and I know that, if you're going through anything, speak up, speak out. Your pastor, your priest might be able to help you so much. There's so much that they can do. I hope that they have it within them to say, hey, call this number. This is a psychologist who can give you more help. Um, so you have to come to the decision that my life is no longer serving me the way it should,
Yes.
and seek that help. Friends and family, if you see a family member has changed, the behavior has changed, um, the way they interact with you, the way, all those things have changed. So if that is the case, then you can try speaking to them. If you know another therapist, you can bring to them, but that person might be on a high situation where they might refuse being seen, what the situation is. So there is always room for intervention. There's always room to seek help. We have people trained in Grenada, so let's make use of them so we can live our lives to the full. I
Okay.
keep saying that over and over because we have this is the experience we have on this earth. The one experience we have on this earth. Let's live it to the full. Let's have fun.
True.
You know.
I'd like you to give me the names and numbers of the two therapists that are reputable. Again, please.
Okay, so the first one, I would have to speak with them first, so I will contact you again with the contact information so you can share it
Yes.
with your listeners. So I would share it with you afterwards.
Okay.
After I speak with them, because sometimes they might be full with clients, so they might have someone else they would recommend. So with that being said, I will share with you who the information at a later date.
Okay.
But definitely I can speak to those two persons.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I know therapy, the word therapy and therapist frightens people beyond because they think in themselves that they're going to tell them, or they're going to ask me all my business that I don't want to put out there. How do we break that barrier? Because we need help. How do we break that barrier?
You have to realize that sometimes the way we were brought up to hide things and to push things under the carpet and that sort of thing. And the carpet is a big mound. Everybody could see the carpet is a big mound, but we think nobody else could see it. The reality is sometimes your business is exposed and you don't even realize it.
True.
You have to trust the therapist has taken an oath to not divulge your information. Okay? So whatever you share with the therapist stays between the both of you. That is what is expected. And so you should be free to let it out because you're going to cleanse yourself. It's part of the cleanse. Most of us know about the spiritual cleanse, but you have to the emotional and the psychological cleanse, the cleansing, the mental, the emotional weighs us down so much because we carry so much from since childhood, the things that were put into our brains, the negative things that were taught to us. I mean, I have a relative right now. He's a male, and he's seeing a therapist, and he's in shock at how his childhood messed up so much of his adult life. He's going through his third divorce now, and it's all because of the childhood he was exposed to, and the decisions and the things that he done because of the childhood that he's exposed to. And it's mind-blowing to him to realize how the experiences have affected his adult life. And so now he's unpacking, and now he's learning to put the positives and to make new experiences, and to grow in a totally different environment so that he can live his life to the full and not so destructive.
Thank you for taking the time out to come speak to me this morning on your book, Still Smiling, and some of the situations that you have been through. You said your book is available on Amazon in both Kindle and paperback versions. I think one you said was $8.99 and the one was $11, something that can be
$99. Yes.
That can be mailed to you.
Yes.
If you're listening to my listeners, if you want to get a copy of this book, it's on Amazon. It's called Still Smiling. Her name is Sorana Mitchell. Buy the book. Read it, because there are a lot of stuff in there that we can learn a thing or two from.
Thank you so much, Claire, for having me on your show. I wish you an excellent Tuesday and all the best.
Thank you so very much. Okay, bye-bye.
Take care, bye.
Bye-bye.
Where you walk, what when you talk,
Hungry, anyone? You heard about it, and it's finally Velma's Restaurant and Bar located High Street Terrace in St. Pic. They're open until midnight. Breakfast is available from 6 a.m. to many big grilled to your satisfaction. We have a spot from 5 p.m. until close. Come and enjoy our burgers and fries. At Velma's, we cater and host parties. We have an on-site bakery where you can place your orders for fruitcakes and other pastries. We also have local juices. Listen to Real FM for your daily menu to place your order in advance. Call us at 419-5622. That number again, 419-5622. Velma's Restaurant and Bar. Come eat lunch with us.
G&D Promotions presents a garden party to remember. One Shaney Lane will never be the same as G&D Promotion presents the garden party of a lifetime. Music, food, top shelf drinks, and entertainment galore. It will be an Easter Monday you don't want to miss. Tickets are limited, so get yours now before they're sold out. Give Gotafet and Gittins Drug Mart in Grandance a call and get her ticket, your ticket, and the other tickets. One Shaney Lane, Ralph Place, this Easter Monday is the spot you want to be at. Live music from Octane International. It's this one, blame no one else. Remember, there is a mass and as a door prize. Tickets available, as I said, at Gittins Drug Mart and Tafet.com. One Shaney Lane, Ralph Place, Lansapine, Easter Monday. That's where we will all be.
And hello? Well, I just stop there. Go through a now. I stop running it now.
You stop?
I'm not running more. Okay. So you good?
I'm trying to be good.
Good.
You
Good,
know,
good.
you have to depend on mother.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Keep
Yeah.
smiling, eh?
Thank you. I am. I
As
am.
usual.
Thank you.
And you chase him?
Well, he chased me. He ain't come this morning. I get a call saying that he came this morning, so just leave him alone. I tell him fine him. You think he's joke?
You should tell him come down and let's go by Velma for breakfast.
Maybe he should buy breakfast and bring it in. How about that?
Well, call him again.
No, I'm not. He gone somewhere. He told me what he had to do, so I let him off.
Out of one him.
I think if he's listening, he's gonna hear you.
Okay.
All right,
But
so you, yeah.
the phone line was giving problem.
Yes, it was a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Well,
I'll talk
have
to
a
you
blessed
soon.
day,
You
Alex.
too.
Then
Okie dokie.
take good care.
You too. Bye-bye. Yes, so she talked about we always saying what's on our mind. We should not be afraid of going to therapy. You also heard she talk about a friend of hers that is on his divorce because of life that earlier as a child. So we as human beings us get part where we have to know this is it. I cannot do it. Let me get help. I've got a call. Good morning.
Yeah, coffee in the morning.
Good
How are you?
morning to you.
I'm on top of the wall as usual.
As usual.
Yes, looking down on
Creation. The only explanation I can find.
Exactly. I really I need to really congratulate Miss Sarana. You know, it's very rare people brings out these sort of things that are inside. And sometimes these people before they bring out what inside, the first thing most people think, what will be the repercussion? I washing my dirty linen in public. It takes people with belly to bring it out. And in the midst of all what Sarana went through, Claire, you will agree with me that she rise from the ashes to produce a book. In the midst of all that, in the midst of all what Sarana has went through, the book that Sarana had written, keep smiling in the midst of all that I went through. I mean, come on, man. And you know, I compare people like Sarana and even myself and even you, Claire, to be very much compatible to the things that we went through in life and are brave enough to come out because we are in a position where we can be able to help others.
Correct.
I look at Sarana. This is the best therapist. Because according to Bob Marley, he knows it. Sarana was there. Sarana passed through it. Sarana feels the pain. And today she can be able to be that bold to come out and say it, that the people that listen can be able to find help for the problem. And you know what, Sarah, Claire, I don't know, do you ever think about the of that plant of the lily? You ever heard about the lily plant?
No, but I know the lily plant every time.
Yeah. Lily is very, and let me give you the history of the lily. And you, Claire, will classify yourself. And I can classify myself and be able to myself as the lily. This plant called the lily. Lily do not gain her strength from clean environment. No. And lily send down her root in the swamp, in the field, in the mucky water, in the stink water. The lily chews her strength from where all the muds are, where all the flies are. The stagnation of the water is where the lily get her strength. And when the lily puts her root in the midst of this dirty, filthy muck water, the lily fights her way up from that muck and comes on the face. And from that mucky, slimy, stink water, the lily presents herself at the surface of that pond, white lily. Now she is Reverend Master Lily, but originated from a swamp of muck, and that And that is Sarana. You know the amount of people today in our society that are suffering with mental health and do not have what it takes to bring it out. And some of them is in the mental institution today. And Claire, I really congratulate you for this forum, and I support you 100%. Bring it out. So whenever you bring it out, you are in a position now other people, and other people can be able to testify. You think one day somebody wouldn't say, already being a chairman to my entire very much.
setting the scene for another battle grappling with it. The decision also signals unity in OPEC+, despite Washington's pressure on its Gulf allies to weaken their ties with Moscow, while also undermining the West's efforts to limit Russia's oil income. Kirby on Monday said the White House is focused on consumers, not barrels, and continued to work with producers to ensure lower prices at the pump.
And in sports, defending champion Rafael Nadal remains a doubt for the French Open after pulling out of next week's Monte Carlo Masters with an ongoing hip injury. The Spanish world number 40 has won the tournament in Monaco 11 times but is not fit to return to action. This ends the latest news update as produced by Triple N. I was your presenter Maxine Entwine, thanking you for joining us.
I'm back, and it seems that we are having a bit of an issue with the system this morning. People are not hearing properly. Sometimes it sticks and sometimes it comes back. I really, really do want to apologize for this. We are working on it, and hopefully we'll get it pretty soon. So, as I was talking about when we do that going on in our life, you feel anything as you, even though you feel like not hard enough for it, or it's not been, you shouldn't have it. You feel like you have a low something that a whole lot of us suffer from, low self-esteem, because we always think that we are not good enough. And the only reason why we think so is because from an early age, a very early age, we have been told, oh, you wouldn't turn out to be anything good. Nothing good is going to happen to you. You know, you get that pounded around you daily. After a while, you start believing that what you're hearing is true. Until you reach at a certain point in your life and you say, you know what? Heck no. That and I'm not accepting. You get up and you start doing things differently. You start trying to make your life better. And then you get to that position, you are good enough for you and for anybody else. You are good enough. So that's why it's called imposter syndrome, because it's not something that is true. It's a fake something. Somebody says you're an imposter. What do you think they mean? You're not being true to yourself. You're not being true to anybody. It could be, they could call it another name. They could call you a con man or con artist or something of that sort. You are an imposter. So that syndrome that you're going through that is telling you that you're not good enough, that you have doubts about everything, it is an imposter. And do not let that imposter invade your life that you do not know how to get out of it. It says, if this sounds like something you might be struggling with, don't despair. There are ways you can cope with imposter syndrome and start to feel better about yourself and your abilities over time. And it says, here are some tips to get started. Name it. It says, recognize what you're feeling is real and valid. You have to recognize this first and foremost. That's where it starts. Recognize what you're feeling, if it's real and if it's valid. And once you do that, it says, reach out. Connect with others to normalize your experience. Most people have felt similarly at one point or another in their lives. Through sharing our experiences, we can reduce feeling isolated and alone. It says reach out, and that means talk to someone. Speak to a therapist. Speak to a friend. You should have your own little support group. I say that every week. Have your support group that when you talk to that group or talk to these people, you know that you are safe. You know that it's there because it's all about helping each other in that support group. It's not one you telling them and they tell somebody else and it take on like a rumor. Like everybody hears it and by the time it gets to where it's going, it's a whole different story. No, you need a solid support group where you can talk to them because they too been through some of the things that you are saying that you're going through. They too feel that way at some point and they're feeling that way right now. So when you share those experiences, you get to know that you are not alone. There are other people suffering with it too. And that, it says, can reduce feeling isolated and alone in the feeling that you have. It says, ask for help when needed. It says, do not suffer in silence. Ask for help when you need it from a teacher, a mentor, a manager, a parent, a partner, a friend. You have that whole slew of people that you can talk to in confidence if you're going through the imposter syndrome. Is that if you have trouble asking for support, start by asking someone who is at least intimidating to approach and feels trustworthy or safe. So you could start with one person. You could start with your best friend. You have to know who your best friend is. You have to know what level of trust you have in that best friend. If you can trust that person with your life, as we would say, maybe you can start talking to that person. Start by asking for help. You know, sometimes, well, she gave the names of two therapists that she saw and they helped her. She's going to send me that information later. And once I get it and they give permission, I can give the names and give the numbers out there. Because people, let me tell you all, a whole slew of us, a whole lot of us are going through mental health issues. And to ourselves, we think we can deal with it. We are just fooling ourselves. Because a lot of us can't. Those of us who can deal with it is because we are talking about it. And we are getting somewhere by talking about it. The rest of us who keeps it inside, bottle up. When it reaches the neck of the bottle and it can't go anywhere, it can't hold anymore, it just explodes. And there will be shrapnel everywhere, pieces of things everywhere that is going to be attacking you. And this is when you may end up in a mental home because you have lost your way and there's nothing else you can do to save yourself. Before that happens to you, speak, talk to someone. It says practice self-compassion. It says suffering is a natural part of life, and it is okay to feel low at times. Pay attention to your negative self-talk and judgments. Offer yourself the same kindness and understanding you would a loved one. So, when you are thinking negative about yourself, think about how you portray yourself to someone else. If someone comes to you and say, you know, I need this, it says you show kindness. Show yourself the same kindness and understanding you would show to a loved one or to someone else that is a friend of yours. It says write yourself a love letter or try a loving kindness meditation. It is okay to meditate, but meditate positively. Meditate on getting your life better, on moving forward, not stepping back or regressing. I like the part where it says write yourself a love letter. Because my whole thing is, if you do not love yourself first, you cannot love anybody else. You cannot show love to anyone. So that's a good start to write yourself a love letter. Tell yourself what you love about you first. What you would love to do with yourself once you are okay, once you're in the zone where you can do it. Talk to yourself through that letter. It's a start before you can talk to someone else maybe. Because not many of us can go in front of somebody and just start talking. Some of us are shy. And we may have to be pushed or prodded to talk to someone. But if you write yourself a letter and you start reading the things that you wrote about yourself, about how you love yourself and how you can be kind to yourself, you would start believing in yourself because this is about you. This is what you want and where you want to go. So start there. Write yourself a love letter. It says, bring awareness to your beliefs. Acknowledge and challenge distorted beliefs like, I should know everything, or it's bad to ask for help. This perpetuate the impossible task you lay on yourself to have all the answers. Permit yourself to be human and have days off. I like this. Permit yourself to have off. Permit yourself to just chill. You take a chill pill on that day and only you and yourself chilling. Permit yourself to be human. Because some of us go on as though we are robots, you know. We have no end. We keep go, 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 go. And we do that because we want to shade, as they say, the things that is bothering us. So if we keep going, then we have no time to think about it. But guess what? The moment you go into that relaxed mode, boom, it comes back. And it comes back harder the second time around. The first time you may feel the heat, but you say, no. But when you keep it inside and it starts bottling up and it comes back at you, maybe your body can't even stand the blows that it's going to be given to you. So write yourself that love letter. Tell yourself that you're human and you're not perfect. And then you could have days off. Tell yourself that you need help and that you need to talk to someone. It helps. We weren't made as human beings to go through all this stress that we are going through in our lives. But so much is going on in this little life that we are granted with that we do not have the capacity to deal with it most times on our own. And that's why we have buddies. That's why we have friends. That's why we have groups. Because we cannot deal with it by ourselves, so we need help. And the people in the groups also need help. So we feed on each other to make ourselves better. Because if we do not do that, we would not like where we'll end up. And when we keep things inside of us and we don't share, we become suicidal. And suicide is a big part of mental health issues. Because when you look around and you tell yourself, it's not that there is no one, you know. You tell yourself that no one can help you. And the best thing for you to do is to take yourself out. But there is help. There are people out there that can help you. All you have to do is to open that mouth of yours and let your words come out, speak. It won't kill you. It will kill you if you don't speak. But if you do, you will get help. You will. Don't tell me that we are so selfish that if I come to you and I said, hey, I'm going through this, that you will ignore me and just let me go ahead and not even try to reach out to me and say, you know what, maybe we could try this. Don't tell me you're that selfish. We are not supposed to be that sort of people. We're supposed to be people that are kind and compassionate, that if someone comes to you that needs help and they're reaching out for help, they're crying out for help, for crying out loud, no pun intended. And you stand there and just let me go through this on my own when you are in a position where you can help. Then it is on you. If something terrible happens to me, let your conscience deal with you. Because I came and I asked for help. You saw it and you decide to ignore it, let that be on you. Samantha Smursmag, BA, provides therapy to adults experiencing a wide range of concerns, including anxiety, depression, shame or guilt, stress, grief, low self-esteem, identify struggles, body image concerns, chronic pain, and relationship difficulties. That's a psychologist. That's a therapist that we are talking about here. We don't have her here in Grenada, but we have others who we can talk to. Body image. That in itself is a topic on its own, but I'm going to touch on it because this too affects us more than we know. People are always looking at whether you are skinny, whether you are fat, whether you are this, whether you are that, and they say the most horrendous things about you because of the way you are. Body image. Society has led us to believe that you have to be slim or like a pencil to have confidence and to have high self-esteem. That's what they have led us to be. But guess what? That is not true in any way or form because everybody goes through mental illness, mental health issues at some point, whether you are fat, you're skinny, or any of that sort, or you're in between. I was looking at a movie called Madame at one time, something, and they're talking about thick Madame, girls that are big and not big as in fat. They are husky, as they said, they've got a big body like us. Some people do like slim. Some people do not like people that are only heavier. Every Moogie bread has the as they say. Every bread has its butter. So when we tell ourselves that, oh, I'm simple, what's I coming? So stop putting us through the strain of having to be a certain way to please you. Is how you feel. Feel you want to stay at a certain congregation. I am, and you want to work at it to stay that way, congratulations. Because if you be who you want to be and love yourself for who you are. Because the people Make the choice that is going to make you happy. Yeah. Make the choice that's going to make you morning.
74057. Info@mahonhardware.com. mahonhardware.com. Hardware foundation to roof. Let's go together.
Dress or something, you say to that child is shy. How to behave around people and how not to behave. Some of us as parents, when we have children, we do not really discipline our children in the way we should. Anything that they possibly can. And then there are parents that teaches a lot of us not to do this and not to do that. We both get parenting, but we get different forms of parenting. And hence the reason why some of us grew up being confident, having great self-esteem, and being on top of the world, telling ourselves that we can do anything. And the rest of us, we fall by the wayside. We don't really care if the moon, if the sun shines or not. We don't care about anything because we feel that no one really cares about us. From a very early age, we had nobody to care about us or anything of that. So this is a great separation between low self-esteem, confidence, not doing anything about it. So when we reach at a certain age in our lives and we see the people that we actually grew up with reaching out and they're at their pinnacle up there, and you look at yourself, you say, well, what happened to me? And I was nothing. I'm doing nothing. I'm a low life. This is where you can make the change. This is where you can tell yourself that you can be a better person. This is where you get up from the ashes and rise like the phoenix because you can do better. You can make yourself better. Not every one of us have the ability or had the ability at a young age to be that sort of person, but you can get it now. It's not too late. And if you're going through stuff where you think you cannot make the first step, speak to someone. Talk about what it is that you may have wanted to do when you were a young person and how you cannot do it again because you did not get the help. And just maybe you still have that burning desire inside of you to be the person that you want to be, to do the things that you wanted to be or wanted to do when you were a young person. It's still there. It didn't go away. You just need somebody to help you, to pull it out of you. And you might be surprised when you come from there, what you are capable of doing. That can make a difference in your life and the life of other people for the positive, not the negative, the positive. Because each one of us, when we're growing up, wanted to be somebody or something. Who wanted to be, every one of us wanted to be a movie star because that's what we see when we're, you're watching, you go to the movies and so you watch. Who want to be a teacher? Who want to be an engineer? Who want to be, every one of us wanted to be something, but not every one of us got the opportunity to be that at the age we were. But now, when you start growing up, yeah, you may face challenges. Challenge is good because you go even further to get what you or to do it. When you reach that stage, do not just sit back and say, "Woe is, I tried and it's not working." Continue to try, because it says try and try again until you succeed at last. They didn't say to give it one shot and you're going to get it. Some of us are fortunate. We do something once and we got through with it. But that's it. We don't always go and get things for the first time and it worked. No. I come up with a gentleman married 3 times, he divorced 3 times. Maybe the 4th time he will be successful, because guess what? He's not talking about what it is that caused him to lose his 3 wives. He's talking about it now so that he will be able to do better if he make it to the 4th one. Because now he realizes that there is a problem, or there was a problem, that he has to make himself a better person. We can do the same. You and I can do the same. We can talk about things that are affecting us in a negative way and turn it into a positive. As he said, take the frown that is upside down and turn it into a smile. We can, we really want to. And to think about it, then nothing is going to happen. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Clay.
Good morning.
Never mind. Never mind. I was listening to you this morning to the when they're making the comment. Mental problem or mental disorder, things at a very young age, and we grew up and you get the courage to just come out and speak. You become an overcomer, because this lady who wrote the book, she's an overcomer on a mental state of mind. Because when that affects you, sometimes you think less of yourself. So you have to be strong. It takes someone with great courage to bring such a sensitive issue to the surface. It is very sensitive. And what she's saying, or what you heard, this is an education to us all. Whatever we experience, and it affected us a long time ago, and it become a mental issue, because you can't get over it. Sometimes you do, and sometimes when you keep moving on, it come back, it arises ugly surface again into you. And it really bring you down. But as I say, experience is the greatest teacher. She was able to take that experience and write it down, which is very good. It's very educational to us. We are people, to enable her to share that experience of a past life. It is not easy to bring that problem to the surface, as I said, because I know what is going through. You listen to other people, what is happening to them. You listen to children. Some parents telling the children to shut up, very deep down in the heart, and they think they cover it there. But whole and behold, it will arise itself. When it arises now, it affecting them. So as a light bulb just maybe, and it switch on, and it affect you. So the greatest thing is to, as I said, and but she had a wonderful life, a good life she had in the end, because she was able to bring it to the surface and tell us how to be careful, how this thing does happen to people, and be careful about it, talk to people, but don't bury deep down, because it will affect you. So it is, you have to be as an overcomer. Try to be an overcomer on this mental issue. Clay, that's all I can say about it at the moment, because as I said, I'm listening deep down. And I know lots of people is calling in so you could learn to understand what is going on.
Ms. Matheson, let me tell you something. As we sit and stand wherever we are, we all go through something in our life.
Oh, yes.
All. It's up to us, you and me, right now, to talk about things. Because when you hold it inside, it is like a sword that is festering. It gets bigger and bigger. And by the time we get to it, it has gone so far that there is no hope and no help for us.
Right.
We have to learn, and like I said, I'm not telling you to go tell everybody.
No.
But you have to have a group, a strong support group somewhere, someone that you can talk to.
Yeah.
You have to. And doing this program is not about just putting it out there. We're trying to help people. It's helping me, even me, because I think just to tell me I start getting mental myself, but that's okay. I take that in stride. But you have to talk. Because if Sorana did not, we wouldn't now and shine it with her. And as you said, it takes courage. It takes strength to come out and say what it is that you're going through. We'll look at you, but maybe they'll look at you in the positive sense to say, well done. Well done.
And you know something? The people you're speaking to, they must be able to be a good listener.
Yes.
To listen to what you have to say. You know, because it is a sensitive issue. You have to be worried about the cause and be careful, listen to what they're saying. So it's wise to be listening. As my mom said, you must listen to what the people are saying. Then you'll educate yourself.
Yes.
Then you'll learn more. So, and that's the most important thing, eh? We as a people must be able to listen and learn from each other.
True.
So our today will be better. Our tomorrow will be better than today. Yeah, that's what we want. So you have a nice day.
Thank you, Miss Madison.
Yeah, you take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Next week we'll listen next week.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
bye.
Yes. Miss Madison made a great point. Listening. A lot of us have problems listening. I was told, oh, you don't listen when I speak. And I could tell my children, oh, you're not listening. It's not that we are not listening. We're hearing. But sometimes we don't want to really put into action what you're telling us. But we listen. Sooner or later, it comes forth, and you know your children listen when you see them do the things that you have spoken to them about, and they give you that nonchalant thing that, oh, she ain't listening or he ain't listening. You know that they heard you, and you know that they listened because that's exactly what you said, and they do come to you and ask you, and I want to talk about it. And I start talking about it, and then you start to disregard what I'm saying, what I should do, and this kind of thing. You are not to me. You're not listening to what I'm trying to tell you. Therefore, you would not be able to help me. Because you already think you solved the problem that I came to you with. So we really and truly have to learn to listen. It is hard, to listen when you know you want to say something because you're trying to help the person, but let them get it out. And I guess this is why they have the trained people for that. The therapists and the psychologists, because they can sit there and let me run my mouth for 3 hours without saying boo to me. They ask me one question that they know is going to lead to what it is in my heart and in my head. And I open my mouth and I start talking. I talk and I talk. And I talk some more and I talk. And I talk myself out. They listened. And then they could tell me what my problem is and what I should do to help me overcome my problem. That's why they train them, and that's why they make the big bucks. Little Joe Blow like me, so I might hear 2 words and say, you should do this and you should do that. This is not what you want to hear. You really want me, when you come and you open your mouth, for me to just sit there and hear what you have to say. Practice this. Otherwise, nobody's going to bother with us to say, well, I'm going to talk to Claire. Claire listens to me. And no, we have to learn to listen. And listen with our whole being, our whole body, not just with our ears. We have to listen. We have to really let it go deep inside of us so that when we decide that we're going to help, we have an idea as to what it is that we'll be talking. We as people have a lot of issues, a lot. Some of us deal with it nicely. and we go along our merry way. And there are those of us that really, really struggle with what we are dealing with. This is why we do this mental health show, this mental health program every Tuesday, so that people can call here and talk about what it is that is bothering them. I am not a therapist. I'm going to say that first. I'm not a therapist. I am not a psychologist either. I do research on the subjects that I come forth here with. I do research, and I don't just come and say this, and I will say research shows, or studies have shown that this is what it is. I speak from what is written and how they were able to help people before. But what I can say though is what I've learned over the months that I've been doing this has helped me a great deal in a lot of ways. Because things that I think that I knew, I didn't know a lot of it, and I am still learning, as we say. The biggest room in each and every one of us' life is the room for improvement. And every day we learn something new that is going to help us to improve our lives. So if I sit here and I blabber my mouth about what is the research that I am doing, it's because I really want to reach out to you. Because maybe that's the only way you have an outlet to listen and then put something that I say into practice in your life that is going to make you better. Going to therapists is expensive. And I say that's why they make the big bucks. It is expensive. So we have to start therapizing ourselves from within. Start talking to ourselves from within. Start talking to the people that is close to you. Your friend, your loved one, somebody in a relationship with. Start talking to those people first. Practice. So when you go to the therapy, and she says, so what is bothering you? Well, you might say, nothing really is bothering me, So why are you here? Then you catch yourself and you say, okay, I'm sitting in the people's chair, she's sitting in front of me, then I must be here for a reason. And you start to talk. And when you finish, it's like, as Serena says, you feel lighter because you're not carrying that burden anymore. You can talk about it. You can write about it. You can share it with a friend of yours because this is an experience that you've been through. And maybe that person that you spoke to it about can find themselves to get some help. It's a paying forward thing. Every time the person that you want, that way we'll be able to deal with a lot more of what is coming at us. We will be able to help each other because it's all about helping each other to make and have a better life. When we see the people that we know growing up and you see them walking always in space, you know that something is going on with them because they're not the people that you knew from up. Mind you, they are not mentally ill as yet because mental health leads to illness if you do not get help at the proper time. And as Serena says, we as the Black people have this taboo thing that we are not supposed to talk about what it is that is bothering us because we do not want people business, because people too fast and they're asking you all kind of questions that they shouldn't ask. But hear this, they already know. Your business is already out there. That's why they have computers and they have mouse, because the one click of a button right now, all other people know what's going on with you. So when you're trying to hide it, it is already out there. Speak. Maybe if you start speaking, they wouldn't talk about you much anymore. Because everybody has a story. Some of us write ours. Some of us put ours in poetry. Some of us sing about the story that we have. We find different ways of dealing with the story that is inside of us that needs to come out. What's your story? How are you planning on dealing with your story? Are you going to stick and let it eat you alive? Are you going to talk to someone about it? Are you going to write? Are you going to sing about it? Or are you going to get therapy? If all of the above, the first set that I talk about is not helping you, find a therapist and talk about it. Because this is where your confidentiality stays. Actually. Because you go to a therapist, and I say to her, well, hey, every time I wake up, I'm having this thing in the back of my mind. Can you help me with that? I'll talk about how it made me feel and stuff like that. Takes that and go, is my somebody else. Guess what? I could sue and say, hey, this is what I paid you for was confidential. How come you go and tell this person that? So when you go to a therapist, you're going there because they can help you and they keep what you say to them in confidence. I take this opportunity to say thank you to Serena Mitchell for coming out here on this program this morning and talk about her book, Still Smiling, because of what she went through, which is a lot. She still came out smiling. And a lot of us can do that. We can go through a lot of stuff in our lives, still smiling. Do not let anybody take that away from you, that smile that you were given when you were created. Speak about things that are bothering you. Speak to someone. Speak to a friend. Talk. Abused sexually. And they are not saying anything about it at all. Children, adults, men, women, a whole lot of us go through this. Some of us keep it until we die. Some of us get healed a bit because we spoke to someone. Speak about things that are affecting you and your mental health. It is not easy, as Ms. Matheson said, to talk about it. But you should, you must, if you want to live a better life than what you are living right now. As I said, there's a billboard in Plains that says, let's talk. It has to do with people that are sexually abused, child, men, women. Here, the number is 800-4444, or you can text 537 or 537-7867. It is sponsored by Sweetwater Foundation, Sandals Foundation, and the Canadian government. It is there for you to use. Use it if you have to. Do not be afraid to call. It is confidential. They would never put your name out there. It's confidential. Call and speak about it. Thank you to all the people that called in. Thank you to all the online listeners, although we're having an issue this morning. I hope you did get a couple points from it. Thanks to those who are listening on the radio, terrestrial radio. Hopefully, we made a difference in the life of someone this morning. It is 9:59. It's 1 minute to 10. We're going to have the news. Thank you all.
Triple N. Informative, entertaining, and first. Every hour on.